my name is Samantha Kraft, and this video is for my gerontology class, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about technology and older adults and how the two interact with each other, and some tips and tricks and some stuff like that. So the first thing that I want to go over is what's available to older adults. You have your cell phones, your tablets, your computers, the stuff that most people use nowadays, but there's also some technology that specifically targets this population of people. In a CNN article that I found by Jacqueline Howard, dated 2017, it said that a lot of tech is out there that can help older adults maintain their independence, which is something that's really important to this population. The first thing is Aware Home. That's a research project by Georgia Tech, and it's a house that's completely laced out with the newest technology. It's got stoves with sensors to notify when somebody has left the area, so that if you accidentally leave your stove on, it'll notify you or a family member. It learns your routine and adapts to what you do every day. It has gait sensors for when you're walking, so that it can tell when either your gait's off and maybe you're stumbling, or if you've fallen and you can't get up, so that it can alert either emergency personnel or family members. And they're developing more and more technology to put in this house to see how it can benefit older adults. There's also Innerv React. It's INIRV, and it's in beta testing right now, and it's a stove sensor that can be an app that's put on your smartphone. And you can auto shut off, it has an auto shut off when no motion is around the stove, just in case you forget that your stove is on. And you can actually shut off the stove with the smartphone app. Reminder Rosie is something that they've made for daily reminders. A loved one can record their voice on Reminder Rosie, and it can remind you for anything of appointments that you have, medications you have to take, little things to major things that you might need help remembering from day to day. The MedMinder, it's an auto medication reminder. It'll beep when you need to take your medication, and it'll beep again louder if you continue to forget to take it. It locks and unlocks depending on if it's the right time or the wrong time to take those specific medications. And then there's also a development of robots for this field. The most developed one is from a Paris company called Blue Frog Robotics. It's a companion robot, so it'll just kind of keep you company from day to day. It's a reminder like some of the other ones that I've talked about. It's an alarm clock. And it can connect with your home security systems to alert officers if somebody breaks into your home on accident, or if you leave or if someone with dementia leaves and wanders off. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is how technology can enhance the aging process and make it better and easier for older adults. This comes from an article from the Institute on Aging as of 2018. There's stuff that can help your physical, mental, and social well-being. Most tech previously, like the ones that I've just mentioned, are helping with your physical health, like your medication reminders, if you fell and can't get up, stuff like that. There's really nothing a whole lot targeting mental health, but a lot of the social aspects of technology that they're developing also help mental health. As far as the social technology goes, there's a virtual senior center that you can go to from your home now. It includes like video chat, activities that you can do, like videos for exercises, and just interacting with other older adults online, and just keeping you kind of keyed into what's going on in your community. And it promotes continued learning, social engagement, civic involvement, and it's all online, so it's easily accessible. You don't have to leave your home, you don't have to drive anywhere, you just get to sit in the comfort of your own home and still be socially active. Another thing that's really helping the aging process currently is smartphone apps like the one I talked about, where you can shut your stove off if you forget. There are apps to protect from financial abuse, there's fitness and nutrition apps for older adults who might have diabetes, and there's apps to do things like schedule appointments or actual doctor's visits that you can do via video chat with these apps. The next section I'm going to talk about is social implications, and this comes from an article that I found on the NCBI database by William Chopik, I think is his last name. I don't know how to pronounce it. And it was dated September 1st, 2016. They studied the effects of social media on older adults and how it affects their mental health, which is where I kind of tie back into the social aspects of aging and the mental health aspects of aging. They noticed that social media and stuff like that can help decrease loneliness, which leads to better mental and physical health in older adults. They also found out that the overall attitudes from older adults about technology is an overall positive one, and this type of research can help debunk those stereotypes of older adults can't use technology, older adults can't learn to use technology, different things like that, and just kind of negates them. And they had also found that older adults do acknowledge that there's a benefit to using technology. They found that older adults mostly value that it makes it easier to communicate with people and it saves time with things like paying bills, scheduling doctor visits, stuff like that. Future studies, they mentioned, should really focus on how technology can affect emotional and institutional supports. Emotional supports being making sure that older adults feel valued and feel supported and accepted in society still, because I know that our society kind of tends to shove them to the side a little bit. And instrumental support is more concrete help, like financial assistance or help with locating resources and stuff like that. And then finally, we're going to talk about some tips and tricks. As I go through these, it's going to start from broad, general, for those who don't really know much about technology, into more specific things for older adults who are more familiar with technology. The first one is to conquer your fear if you're not used to technology at all. It may be a little hard to learn at first, and it can be frustrating, and it can be scary when you're trying to learn things for the first time. But as long as you have confidence and you keep trying at your own pace, you'll get there, and that's really important because technology can help older adults better their lives so much. The next one is to reach out. If you can't figure something out, reach out to somebody that you know who's better with technology. This can actually be a really great opportunity to bond with your grandkids, because a lot of younger people are going to be way more familiar with technology and can help you navigate it. The third one is use Google. Google is a great resource. As long as you've got internet, you can put in any question you have, and Google can usually formulate some sort of response for you. So how to use Microsoft Word, how to use Facebook. You can type these in and find some format that's simple enough for you to follow. The next one is that your basic settings on all of your devices should fit your needs. So if your eyesight is going, you can get larger icons on your computers, larger text on your phone. If you're a little hearing impaired, you can get louder sounds on your phone or on your computer so that you can actually hear things better. The next tip is to write down your passwords. I do this myself because even I can't remember all the different passwords I have. You just write them down in a journal so that should you log out, not log back in for a while and forget what password you're using, it's right there in hard copy form for you to look at. The next one is to take your time. Take breaks if you need to while you're learning how to use a new piece of technology, because it can be really overwhelming. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just be patient as you're learning. Remember, it is a learning process for something that you're not familiar with. The next one is where we get into more of the in-depth tech stuff for older adults who are more familiar with it. As far as battery life goes for your devices, make sure that you're only charging things when your battery is low. If you charge them 24/7 constantly, it'll kill your battery life and make the battery last shorter and shorter over time until it just doesn't work anymore. The next one is to stay connected. It's important to know that yes, you can turn your computer off and walk away from it for a couple days, but never turn your phone off. People have to be able to connect to you in some way in case of an emergency. The next tip is to be careful with your personal information online. You can buy things online and do banking online, but you need to be careful as to where you're giving out your information, because it is personal information that can be used and stolen by someone with ill intentions. So make sure that you're going to your bank and discussing with them what kind of precautions you should be taking when doing this kind of activity online. The next one is to always opt for touchscreens. Research has shown that older adults do way better with technology if they have a touchscreen option available. So getting touchscreen smartphones and tablets instead of your regular desktop computer can really be beneficial. The next one is you're taking care of your search history if you're sharing your device. So if you have a tablet that you use with your grandkids to play games on, it's important that if you don't want your search history to be known by your entire family, just to learn how to delete that search history. The next tip is that most things online you can find for free. It's important to be really careful about this and make sure you're going to reputable sources, but unlike in real life where most things cost money, you can usually find some sort of free form of whatever you're looking for online. The next tip is to read reviews on anything that you are buying online. While companies can be a little iffy on whether they're honest or not about their product, other customers and their reviews are going to be really honest about it, and you're going to actually know what you're getting from them. And then the last tip that I've got for you is to get a good antivirus protector. Be careful about scams that are out there for antivirus, because there are some. Know what you have, know who you're talking to, and what to look for as far as those scams. So talk to your loved ones, talk to banks, talk to anybody that you can get information from about these scams so that you're protected and still get that antivirus protection for your computer so that you're safe when you're online. Alright, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you.